What's up, everybody? This is Danny Mathematics again. Today, I just want to go over the 8th example of how to solve multi-step equations. And simply, guys, we were just trying to find the value of x because x has to equal a certain value for this whole equation to be true. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to always start off with dividing the room. I always call it dividing the room, right? We're gonna call it dividing the room. So we're gonna draw a fence or a line through the equal sign to divide the room, okay? Now we're going to identify what we have, right? Who's single and who's in a relationship, right? Remember, the relationship values are the coefficients and the variables, and I call them a relationship because they have an operation between them. That's why they are attached. The constants, which are the single numbers, as you can see, 8 and 29 are constants, right? Are they single? So they are the single numbers because they don't have a variable attached. So I'm just gonna put an S under them just to verify and to classify those particular values. And of course, 4/5 X, right? They are in a relationship because they are attached, all right? Because it's actually saying 4/5 times X, right? So that's a relationship. And over here we have 1/5 times X, that's a relationship. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do, guys, is we want to label each side. So since there are relationships on both sides, let's just go ahead and just choose one of the sides and we're going to label that as relationship. Okay, so that's the relationship side. That means that the opposite side has to be the side where all the single values go. Okay, now let's just go through what we have. 4/5 times X is a relationship, is on the relationship side. You're good. 8 is a single number, but it's on the relationship side. We have to transfer that to the single side. So the opposite of saying +8 is -8. So we have to subtract 8 on both sides. Okay, and I have to subtract it from a like term, and a like term is 29. 29 and 8 are like terms, okay? So, of course, +8 and the -8 cross out over here. So we're gonna do that as we move forward. And over here, on the single side, I have 1/5 times X, which is in a relationship. We have to subtract this and move it over here to the relationship side, okay? So I'm gonna also do that. So I'm gonna do this in green, -1/5 X. That cancels out. 4/5 X minus 1/5 X. That's what we should have, okay? Now, all we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is just bring everything down. Bring everything down, okay? So 4/5 X minus 1/5 X equals 3/5 X. Okay? Of course, that cancels out. Equals 29 minus 8 equals 21. 29 minus 8 equals 21. And of course, that cancels out. So now, we're down to the last and final step, okay? Now, 3/5 and X has to break up, right? Because it's saying 3/5 times X, and their relationship is based on multiplication, okay? So that means that the breakup is based on division, okay? Now, but we have a fraction. So here's how we divide fractions, okay? I know a lot of kids have heard of keep, change, flip. Basically, what we're going to do is, in order for us to divide 3/5 on both sides, we have to flip it and create the fraction of 5/3. 5/3, okay? 5/3, okay? So this is how we divide fractions. You flip the fraction and you multiply it, okay? So we're gonna do that on both sides. 3 and 3, 5 and 5 all cancels out. So now we just have X, okay? Now we have 21 times 5, which is 105. Okay, I believe that's 105. Let me make sure. That's 105 over 3. 105 over 3. Of course, we can divide that. Let's see what we get. Okay, 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. I have a remainder of 1. I'll bring down to 9. 3 goes into 15 5 times, okay? So it actually equals 35. So in this particular case, X equals 35. And if we was to plug in 35 in as X, this side would equal that side. Thank y'all, and I will come out with another example soon. Talk to you next time.